Yes, it is.
Take a listen.
Thank you so much, Rafa. There's people that wanted to listen in but are finishing up work, school, pickups, all the things. So I said I'd record it so we can make sure that everybody has access to it afterwards. But it looks like people are kind of hopping on. But I just wanted to pop in this afternoon. Rafa was so kind to come and join us. We have a bunch of new reps. There may be some new reps on our call because we have a bunch that have joined within the last couple of weeks. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Erin. And I live outside of Boston. I know a lot of you guys are actually in Canada. We do have some reps, I think, that are in the US that have some team members in Canada and vice versa. So we've got all sorts of fun stuff happening. But I wanted Rafa to come on and be able to talk to you guys and just share, some good Rafa love with all of you. See if you guys have any questions and just talk about our awesome Canadian market. So
Perfect. Thank you so much, Erin. And by the way, love your earrings, love the jewelry, love everything.
thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah, so actually talking about new reps, I was like running some numbers, and I think you're kind of like, and I only ran for like September with a promotion, close to like 100 new reps or more. Like, I'm just like blown away. I'm like, man, like you guys are on fire. Like you are enrolling like crazy. So I love that. I love all the new reps. I love the old reps. I love the leaders that you have. I love you. I love everyone. So thank you for being on this call. For the new reps and people who do not know me, my name is Rafa. I live here in Salt Lake City, but I work closely with the Canadian market, with the leaders, just trying to make sure we have everything for you guys to succeed. So that's kind of like my main job. Now, and then, hey, thank you for having me here. I'm sure you got tons of leaders, tons of people. For you guys, thank you. Everybody that I talked to, hello. Hope you're doing a wonderful day. I know it's Friday. And thank you for being here. I just want to share a couple of things, so that's okay with you. And Erin, I don't know if you want to like ask me questions, if you want to like do my thing, and then we go back to questions.
Yeah,
what
do your thing.
Works for me.
Yeah, do your thing, and then we'll see what kind of questions.
We'll go from there. Okay, love it. Okay, perfect. So, hey, I actually want to share a story about Erin, and I don't know if she knows this. So I think it's the first time I'm sharing this story. It's a good story. But like, I remember like when I got brought on to ZYIA, we all kind of like were in this huge room. But like, for example, I was sitting in Megan's desk, and I'm sure she was not happy about that. And then we had like CS like close by, and Zach and Jeremiah. We were all like in this big room, like the first warehouse that once, we moved from Jeremiah's and Erin's living room, our first office, right? And I remember like my first couple of days at the office, I was heard like Erin Mayo. And then everybody's like talking about Erin, like, oh, Erin's calling in, Erin's like chatting in. And I remember like at that time, Erin was kind of like one of like the first ones to hit executive, one of like our first leaders that we had. So I don't know, I never think if I ever told you this, Erin, but yeah, I remember like my first couple of days at the office, it was like, Erin is calling, like, hey, who's going to take her call and all those things. So yeah, so
they were like trying to see who they could like farm it out to be like, oh God, this is that girl again. Like,
yeah, I remember like I clearly remember like people like, yeah, she's like one of like, wants to like be like a big thing, that's like the term that we used back in those years. So anyway, so that's my story about Erin, how I heard about her before I ever talked to her, just by being in the office. So yeah, so Erin, there you go. That's my story about you. Gosh, it's a good story, right? Hopefully.
Notorious.
Well, yeah. No, I love it. Hey, and then on that note, we just had our summit, which was fantastic. We had like 2,000 people in person. The volume was full. It was a great event. We had so much good energy, and a lot of you guys could not be here with us, and we're so sorry about that. We would love everybody to be here at Summit. That energy, that it's that vibe there, and Erin can tell you about this. You can only feel that at Summit. We got great speakers, great messages, great trainings. It was just an awesome event. And we understand, with this year, with everything that's happening, or that I guess is still happening, it's difficult to travel. But next year, all have to really make that effort to be here, because like I cannot put it in words. Awesome that energy, that feeling, and being in that room with people that have the same goals, like they want to push forward that community. You can only get that from being on Summit. So anyway, just want to say that. And actually, it was kind of funny because like at the gala, we had one of our Canadian reps, kind of say a couple of words and talked about superpowers. And I'm going to come back to that. I thought it was really interesting. And it was awesome to see a Canadian representing the company, because it has so much growth in Canada the past this beginning of the year, or this couple months of, or actually not a couple months, it's about to end the year. But for me, it's like, it's always like, a few months. But this year, 2021, we have so much growth. Talking about growth, we already exceeded, I think back in July 9th, our sales for last year for 2020. So that's just, a testament on how awesome the team is. Like, holy smokes, think about that. Like, we already surpassed all of sales of 2020 back in July 19th ish. So that's awesome. I'm super proud. We got tons of enrollments this promotion. I think the vibe is there. I know we've been a little bit slow because of, the summer, and I think we should be. I think people should get back to, their lives, like, or try to like as much as normal as they can. So we love that. We love that people are taking a little break, maybe, focusing on their family, focusing on traveling, focusing on other things, other passions. So we understand, I now in September is the month to grow. We have the awesome promotion. We have, the extra set for this month. We also have like the Gold Diggers promotion. And in September in this industry, it's always happening when we grow. So I think all the conditions are there to have a wonderful, wonderful month. I think everybody should now start to refocus their energy and think about, the growth and the ranks and, how can they improve and all those things. But yeah.
And there's all sorts of chat saying that they want a Canadian summit.
I know, and then we definitely want to. And I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm on my cell phone, so it's difficult for me to see the chats in. But like, yeah, we definitely want to. It's something that we talked about, and let's talk about this. I think is super important about a Canadian summit. The reason we have not done one yet is because, we have the two websites, and it's kind of difficult for us to say, hey, we're here in the country, let's go full force, when there's some things that could be better. So we want to make sure, like, we have like the one site, the one tree-ish figured out, which should be soon, by the way, because I know we talk about that about Summit. I think for us, like, that is the key. We would never want to, like, go full force, start doing summits in Canada and then have to crash, the site crash, or it just cause more stress or unnecessary stress to the team. So that's like the only reason why we want to, like, okay, great, let's get our ducks in a row. Let's make sure that stuff is like aligned perfectly how it should be before we go in and ball out in Canada, put it that way. So yeah, that's a very good question. I think it's soon though. I think we're getting soon to that point where we're going to, have maybe like a mini summit first. We always want to have like, the main summit here in town, so we can get people from the US, all the stuff. But definitely a mini summit is something that we always been talking about doing up there. So yeah, very, very good question. Also, just want to remind everybody about this month, we have, with all the new reps that are coming in, we have those awesome promotions, but I think it's really important. I know you guys do an awesome job on your groups about training the new reps. Let's make sure, we got lucky enough, we got lucky. We got these people in that believe in you, believe in the company. Let's make sure they get the proper training. Let's just not like, okay, they came in, they joined the company and, let's do the extra effort to be a leader for them, be there for them, show them the way, so they can be successful. That is the key. So I love all the new reps in the team. Also, I'm super proud about the community that we have. This month we have, like, we're giving away donations, for example, for every party that's closed, any enrollment, we're donating some money to different causes. Right now we've done Kenya Keys with International. We have about 10 different foundations that I think we're going to end up donating this month. And just so you know, some of that money is going to go to Canada specifically. Right now, we've done, the one that we've done is international. So we all donated to the international cost, but there will be definitely some costs that will stay in Canada. So I'm super happy about that community. You guys are part of that with your work. We come back, we donate. So we're helping build a better world. And I think that's important for everybody. We love our community. That's one of the, pillars. So thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for closing parties. Thank you for enrolling people, because it definitely causing an impact on many people. So thank you for that.
Hey, Rafa, was there an email with information about that the donation plan for this month?
Yeah, I think we
Okay.
did send thing like the very first day on the newsletter about the kind of like, hey, and then I think yesterday or maybe like 2 days ago, I don't know, it's been one big day for me the last couple of days, but I think yesterday we did send something about the Kenya Keys, like how much Canada donated specifically. I think it was like in total, I think it was 12,479 or something like that. We did send out. I don't think we mentioned all the specific charities that we're doing at that point, just kind of like the plan. But yeah, you're gonna see every couple, maybe like every 3 to 4 days, we'll be doing that donation. So you'll be getting that notification, the whole team. And I'll go in and I'll post about it and I'll share it to you, Erin. I'll go back through I'll forward you that email so you can have it, and then you can pass it along if anybody missed that.
I saw the information come out about the Kenya Keys, but I had missed sort of that was happening, and it may have just been that it was in the newsletter and I just didn't catch those details. But I'll go back and look and just make sure that everybody knows that that's happening, because that's awesome.
That's super awesome. Yeah, and I'll find it and share with you as well. So yeah, so that's kind of like the recap. Now, I did want to have the opportunity to be here, and I'm super thankful for you giving me this channel, this voice. And I do want to share a message with you, if that's okay. And I was thinking a lot about like the community and the pillars and everything. And I've been just thinking in my head, because this is something that I'm working on every day. It's like, how do I become a better leader? That's something for my team, for my family, for my coworkers, for my company, for everything, right? And I've been thinking about that quite a bit. I was thinking, well, this is something that we all should be working on. Like if it's just yourself right now here in the company, or if you have one person you enrolled, or you got 10, or you got 100, you got 1,000, we're leaders, right? We're all leaders. Even if it's just yourself at this point, you are a leader, right? So for me, we got to be grateful. That's like the number one thing. For example, you got to be grateful if it's just you, that this company here, that you have an opportunity to grow, to do something. I think that if you have 200 or 300 people in your downline, 1,000 people, 10,000 people, you should be grateful that they believe in you, because that's the first thing. They always believe in you first, then they believe in the company and all the other things. And then I was thinking, okay, grateful. How can I be more grateful, right? To my people, my coworkers, my family, everyone. And for me, it starts with just show empathy, put ourselves in other people's shoe. Like when we talk to people, just try to understand, what they're saying. I also think, being a good listener, just listening to people shows that we are grateful for them, and then we're just here trying to understand. And I think also part of being grateful is try to just collaborate with people. Like if someone has an idea, let's not shut it down. Let's try to come together, make it our now it's one idea, we work with it, now it's our idea. And when it's our idea, people just back things a little bit more, there's more passion to it. So I for me personally, and I'm talking about me, I'm talking about things that I want to work on, that I want to, maybe if something that you think resonates with you guys, fantastic, is I definitely want to be more grateful, as I think that's a great skill set to me becoming a better leader. Also, I was thinking, I want to treat people as I want to be treated. What does that mean? It means for example, sometimes for me, and I'm talking about me specifically, I'm willing to put more effort in a relationship than maybe the other person is. So for example, if I have to send messages and just be more proactive, I'm 100% willing to do that, because I know at the I'm going to get that back, so, and again, this is me stuff that I'm thinking in my head, things that I want to work on, that I think are important for me to become a better leader, for you guys, for everyone. Right. And also I think in treating others, of course you have to be kind, words do matter. We gotta choose our words carefully, because we cannot take them back. That's the thing. So that's something that I'm working on, really focus on. And then I also want to be more supportive. I really do, on different ideas, different ways of thinking. I know sometimes, it's hard, but I think that me trying to treat people how I want to be treated, being more supportive, just being a little bit new ideas, I think that stuff allows to become a better leader. And then lastly, I think, and this is me, this is not, I didn't Google this. This is just, what I'm thinking on, this is Rafa's personal view on how can he be a better leader right now. Maybe in a year from now, it changes, right? This is just kind of like where I'm at right now in my life. And I do think also we got to put the work, because like putting in the work, you're going to learn real quick what does work and what does not work, and then from that, then we can build and we can coach, your team, coach yourself. So for example, we have to be ready to enroll people, talk to people, do parties, do all the stuff. Now we're talking ZYIA specifically, right? So we got to do those things, so we can see what really works. We're going to learn from failure. We're all going to fail. Like I can guarantee that we're all going to fail at something. And then we should learn from that and come stronger. So those are kind of the things that I think if we could, focus on some of those things, I think you're going to unlock ZYIA's superpower. And you're going to be like, why is he talking now? Why are you talking about ZYIA's superpower? And I do think the pillars, I think everything comes back to the pillars. I think ZYIA's superpower is those 4 pillars. It's being community, being, activity, being the light, and being uplift. I think if we focus on those kinds of things, we're going to be able to get that, to have that ZYIA superpower, which is those 4 pillars. I love ZYIA. ZYIA has changed my life. I've learned so much. I'm so grateful for everyone that's part of ZYIA, all you guys as rep, everybody that believes in the company, because I do feel like by everybody that joins the company, they're believing in me a little bit, and what I do in Canada and everybody in the team here. So I love that. Just want to know you have a dedicated staff here that's working, night and day to make things as smooth and better as we can. The future is really, really bright. Like you guys know, we announced Australia is coming soon. And that's going to be a huge, huge boost. For example, let's talk about that for a little bit. One of the reasons, and besides like opening a new market and all that stuff, I'm extremely excited that Canadians have an opportunity to have people underneath them, get that boost that US had when Canada came in. So that's something that I think is magnificent. I think it's something really, really cool and really nice that, people are, we're going to get that because like we have, one tree, the way our structure is. And then, Australia as a market is a huge market for activewear, tons of influencers. It's just like, it's a great market to be in. So I'm super excited about that. Of course, we haven't given a specific date. So don't go in, you're like, we're going to be there tomorrow, because that's not it. But we definitely, if we would not feel strong that we're close, we would not make that announcement. So you can for sure, plan that it's something that should be happening, sometime soon. So that's stuff I'm super excited. I'm excited about awesome designs that we got coming in. Wednesdays are going to get better and better and better. And they have everything. So I am extremely proud of everything. I love ZYIA. I love every one of you guys. I love all the reps. I just love the opportunity that I have to work with you guys. So thank you for being part of this. Thank you for being in the community. Thank you for being positive. And thank you for, trying to be the force of good. That's what I like. That's what I love. I love when we do donations. I love when we can help people. I love being part of the community. I love to be the light. That's the stuff that I like. So thank you for that. And lastly, I know Aaron was like, hey, can we get some sneak peeks and stuff like that, And if you look around here, I don't have much, but I do have a secret weapon. And my secret weapon is this guy here, Court, which is awesome. Court.
Hi, team.
Hi.
I'm not a sneak. I should have thrown a sneak peek.
Yeah.
I can run back.
Oh, boo. Are you not wearing anything new?
No, this.
That's a tease.
No, we released this. We released this a couple months ago. The men in your life need it. I will tell you that. Here's how much I like this shirt. You'll notice long sleeves. It's 85 degrees outside. I like this shirt enough that I wear it even when it's 85 degrees outside.
Does it match the burnt orange leggings for the women? Because it kind of looks like it might.
The ribbed ones, the ones we just did. Good question. Good question. It would definitely go, as an offset. It goes with grays, blacks, at least for me. But I've got a pretty boring color palette, so don't ask me.
So fun.
But anyway, not a sneak peek, but I did. When I was talking to Rafa, I was like, man, I want to say hi real fast. I won't bore y'all with too much other than just saying hi real quick. I love what Rafa's been saying though, and And Rafa always brings such great energy and passion and humility, right? I love Rafa for the fact that that's such a rare combination, to have the humility he has, but also have the energy, passion, intelligence, and all those other skills that he brings. We love it. We absolutely love it. Here's one thing he and I have talked about a couple times lately that I thought I would share with y'all real quick. We talk here at the office, just constantly, right? Like it's obsessive type conversation about how to make y'all's lives easier, better, more productive, whatever it is as reps. Is that improving product? Yes, we're always working on that. Is that improving our website? As you notice, we're always trying to improve that. We've got more improvements coming. So it's from tech, it's the product, it's to making sure we have a very healthy financial infrastructure for this business, which we do. It's making sure that our picking and packing, our fulfillment team is operating top notch, which they are. It's all those things that we think about among many, many, many more. And in the end, I come back to a law of physics frequently when we talk about this, which is a law of physics says, I'm not a physicist, I'll start there, right? But so take my layman speak, please. But it's impossible to take more energy out of something than what you put into it. And we recognize that we are the start of that energy source. So we, from the second we wake up to the moment we go to bed, we are constantly putting energy into this. I can't tell you, and I know you all do the same, but Rafa and I will be exchanging text messages sometimes at 10:30 at night, sometimes at 5:30 in the morning, sometimes it's emails, sometimes it's calls. And that works amongst the entire team because we just, the thought of this business is always on our mind. And so we try and put as much energy into this business so you all can take, again, going back to that law of physics, the same amount of energy out of it and then convert that energy into your businesses. The other part that's interesting, because to just talk about the energy you put in is one thing, but talking about the type of energy. Another part of the physics is you cannot take a different type of energy out of something than what you put into it. And so more on a touchy-feely level than in a physics level is you cannot put negative energy into something and pull positive energy out of it, nor can you put positive energy into it and have negative energy come out of it. Going back to Rafa's comment of gratitude, you cannot put an energy of gratitude into something and come away feeling ungrateful. All right. So it's something that we think and talk about constantly. If we put energy into better product will come out. Right. And if we show up to work fulfilling the four pillars of this business, which are the secret sauce, they are the superpower. If we come into the office each day expressing our feelings of community or being a part of a community, if we come in uplifting one another and sharing light, and if we're active individuals, we know that that's what's going to come out of this business as well. And anyway, so just whatever principles it is that's important to you, I just wanted to talk about that briefly and remind us that that is the case, right? And it's powerful and it's special to put our own kind of energy into something and see it come out. So anyway, something that we think about.
So that's perfect point. That's exactly what I would like. That's something that we talk, and I think there's no way I could have done justice to that. Like the way you explained that is kind of like what I was looking for, and I love that. That's exactly it. That is the point. The point is like we just got to put the right energy, positive energy, and we're going to get that energy back. So we want to, we do amazing things. We got to put in amazing work onto things. So that's it. Thanks, Court, for the information.
Yep. I'm gonna slide off. You all are awesome. Thank you. Have a great weekend, and we'll see y'all soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Court. Appreciate it. So that was like my secret weapon. I think it's like a pretty powerful secret weapon. What do you guys think? Yes. I think it's an awesome message. So yeah, so that's pretty much kind of like what I want to share. I want to share that message, back to being a better leader, kind of like that energy thing. And then just, again, super grateful for you guys being here, for believing in the company, everything you guys do. I'm the luckiest guy in the world because I get to work with you guys. I love what I do. So yeah, so that's that. So Aaron, I don't know if you have some specific questions, something you want to go through.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see what other questions are floating around, but I know one that comes up a good bit that's so specific to the Canadian market is just the French side of the Canadian market. And specifically kind of surrounding when we have lectures and trainings and, summit and things like that. we have such a strong contingent now of women that are primarily French speaking and that are working this business and trying to sort of navigate it in that way. And I wasn't sure if you could speak to kind of like what the company is sort of looking at in regards to sort of like supporting that side of our Canadian partners.
Perfect. That's a very good question. Yeah, for us here in the corporate, we want to make sure like, we want to tackle that market. We understand like sometimes, people would not want to engage if we don't have all our French in line. And we understand that 100%. So right now, I think our newsletter was sent in French. We're working on translations. You can see a lot more of that. And then, yeah, definitely when we have a full summit or a regular summit here at the office, we will for sure offer that service that we can have like a voiceover, like, translations on French. And then, yeah, this is something that we definitely working really hard on. Website is going to be, available in French, just not like, ZYIA.com, but like when you do the extra shopping experience, like, all that stuff, you're replicating sites. So yeah, so a lot of French will happen. A lot of this just needs to like, comes back to like the website kind of thing, where you're going to be able to like everything in French and Spanish as well, and English, or we'll have the multi-language capability. So yes, definitely our plan is everything to be in French.
Okay, awesome. And then another question I've had a good bit with is with the launch in Australia, is kind of like what that will look like as far as, will it be similar to the way that Canada was launched with is
3 items.
Yeah, I mean, like, is there like, do you know like kind of what that's gonna look like? Is it gonna be similar? Is it gonna be different? Like kind of what that
Yes.
will be?
No, perfect. It will totally be totally different. The reason is it's going to be totally different. It's because one, we're just so close in the US and Canada. Like, if we had to like get inventory from here, we can, easily get that. And I'm talking back in the days when, shipping was kind of like easier than it is right now with everything in the world. But yes, we definitely are making an impact. We're definitely coming in with way more product than we did in Canada. Canada, I think we opened with like about 14 items. Those 14, I think we had a couple hats. But yeah, definitely we're coming like way more product from day one. It's going to be available. And then yes, we're going to kind of like do the model for Canada, meaning like you're going to get new releases that are going to have probably most of the releases in the US, but they're going to have tons of restocks that are restocks for us, but are be new items for Canada. So you're going to expect that, like let's say, I don't know, we're going to have, 50 items from day one. I'm just saying something, but it will be in that range. And then you're going to see, okay, great. So, new release Wednesday had 25 items, that's kind of like how we did in Canada. We just, some of those restocks for the US, they were new items for Canada. So you can definitely expect that. I'm sure we will have also other days when we do releases, but you're going to see, a lot of restocks, a lot of new items that are restocks in other markets will be new there. So you can definitely count on that.
Well,
but yeah,
and Australia will have its own like warehouse and distribution.
Have their own
and all
warehouse, distribution center. Everything will be there. Like we'll brick and mortar. Like we'll have dedicated space there in Canada and in Australia. And actually, I think you can expect some sort of promotion. Like that's what we're talking about. Like, to launch the market properly, maybe like an enrollment promotion, something, because we understand you guys are going to do your thing. And what I mean by that, you're going to go in, you're going to start contacting people, that's what you guys do. So we want to make sure that when you guys start doing that, we have enough gas there. Like there's a promotion or inventory, that there's, things happening. The only thing, just, we're talking about Australia, is be aware, different seasons. So, they're going to be full summer. So maybe some of the items that we'll be pushing here and in Canada, in North America, they might be a little bit different because like they'll be totally different seasons, and then also different time. So maybe like, probably would have to, like, new releases are going to be like, let's say like the next day. So this is some of the stuff that we're talking about. So just be aware that some of that would have to change just because of like different time zones. So, especially like when new releases or restocks happen because of the time. But no, I can tell you this, we will have dedicated staff here at the office, like customer service. They'll be working from, I don't know, our like mountain time will be something from like 5 to like 2 in the morning or something. So we can service that 9 to 5 in Australia. So we'll definitely have people here in the office. We have a team here for customer service, helping out on any questions. So we will have that for sure. So you can count on having a customer service team here available in the working hours for Canada, for Australia. I keep saying Canada because I'm just so used to like Canada. But for Australia. But yes, so those are some of the things that just be aware. You would have to maybe pushing one link or push it would probably not going to work because we'll have some things that will be the same. For example, like joggers and tanks and those things might be the same, but it would be totally different season when we do open.
And then do you have a sense of, we talk about the price point difference a lot between like the US and Canada, and kind of how in the US market we're able to leverage price in a way that the Canadian market has a harder time with just because of the exchange and all of that. Do you have a sense of like what is Australia going to be similar to like the way Canada is? Is it more like the US? Like how the price point there will sort of shake out?
Yes, absolutely. So it has to be something like Canada, and the reason is because they use Canadian dollar. I keep saying Canadian. They use Australian dollars, so that there's just a conversion there. So there will definitely be an exchange rate that we would put in place, but it would be kind of like the same model that we do for Canada. So whatever the price is in the US, well, let's say it's $100 in the US, right? I'm making an example, and then our exchange rate is 1.3, so that would be 130, Australian dollars. And I do think it's going to be similar to Canada because that's kind of like what it is right now. Like the exchange rate, it just happens to be that right now. But I would think it was going to be, the price itself is going to be really close to, that value is going to be really close to like what we do in Canada, just because like those two currencies are really similar, aligned to the US dollar. They're about the same.
Okay, perfect. And then there was a question, do you guys have any idea where the warehouse is going to be there yet?
We have, but we haven't nailed it down. So I cannot say, because then you'd be like, oh, he said this and that. So at this point, there's a couple locations. I can let be really centric to where most of the population is, because Western Australia is huge, but there's not a lot of people. So say somewhere in the east. That's the most I can say, just because there's distribution of the population. It's more on that side. But yeah, that's as much as I could say at this point.
And then there was another question about kind of at Summit, how we talked about the new website coming with all of the increased search functions and all of that, and just whether or not there's a timeline for when we can expect to see that.
That's a difficult question. That's something that we think before the end of the year, but that's kind of the most I could say. I would not be able to tell you a month or a week, but I am 99% confident that'll be before the end of this year.
Awesome. And then always lots of conversation about inventory and stock and the status of that. So I didn't know if you could kind of share sort of where Canada is at as far as, where that lands.
So as of yesterday, I haven't run the report today, but we have about almost 3 months of inventory, sales at the warehouse right now. We got tons of stuff in transit. Right now it's a little difficult situation, unique situation in the world where there's difficulties getting containers, difficult, booking freights. We got stuff in customs that's, waiting to be released. It's just a really difficult time. Just the whole freight, moving containers industry worldwide, not just for us, anywhere in the world. We have a lot of inventory that it's on the way. I think you're going to see that next week. I'm going to see this week we had some restocks. They might not have been the most solid or the the best restocks ever, but it just shows that we're getting some stuff every day. So that's good. Next week you're going to see way more restocks, more like we had last month. And then yes, there is a lot of inventory coming in Canada. It's just that right now it's a little challenge. The reason, if we want to take technical, it's that it used to take about 6 to 8 weeks for something to arrive in country, but now because of all the freight situation, we're looking at best of times 12 weeks and more 14 to 16 weeks. So, that stuff is just delaying. That's just kind of like where we at. And then some people might say, well, okay, great. Why don't you use like, for example, like a FedEx or a DHL? Great, fantastic. The issue is like these guys have limitations. Like they're also backed up right now that they only allow you to ship about 100 kilos a day per shipment. And just to put this in perspective, when we ship like our men's item, like men's, which we sell, not as much as women, we're talking about at least 400 kilos on those. So so we were talking about if we did go like a different route than the containers, we're talking about we will be receiving shipments like 20 to 30 different shipments. So it's just not practical. So yeah, right now, some of the ports, some of like, they're just backed up with like so many like freights that it's difficult. But in the other hand, I'm super impressed. Like we have been able to have this much inventory, in a time like this. I think just a testament to like our operations team and Lane and his team, how with everything, there's a lot of companies that are having a way harder time than we are, and it's just crazy to think. Because like back a couple of years from now, we would have never thought twice about shipping. Great, this is ready, put it on the ocean, put it on the air, and we're good. But yes, we do have dedicated staff. Just so you guys know, we do have, we work for the company that we work with. We have a guy from this company here at the office at all times. So just know that we have a person that we, put pressure on to, like, hey, where's our stuff? Like, what's going on? So we do have staff for that company here in our office that we interact with them every day to like try to expedite and make sure everything's smooth. So yeah, so in a nutshell, we do have some inventory. It might not be the perfect mix that you guys are, some of the stuff, that you really, really love, but all the stuff is on the way.
Awesome. Does anybody have other questions or things? Those are like top of mind that I feel like I hear the most, but anything else that you guys want to hear from Rafa? Questions for her?
Some water. I'm like, I'm ready. Come on.
Ready. Hit them while you got them. Yeah. It's a unique chance to be able to pepper them with everything. Or maybe you just
3-second rule, I guess. Like.
Okay, Rafa, this has been awesome. I so appreciate you coming and doing this for everybody. And just taking a few minutes to kind of go through where things are at, answer some questions, which is so fantastic, and just have everyone have the opportunity to see your smiling face and get all of your good positive energy that you send out into the world. So I really appreciate you doing this.
Oh no, I love you. Thank you, Erin, for having me. Such an honor to be here. Yeah, if you need anything or anybody has any questions, please contact me. My email is really simple. It's just like R for my name and then my last name, PARRA at ZYIAactive.com. You can definitely, if you want to know more about something specific or any topic or just want to say hi, please give me email me and we can be in touch. So thank you for having me. I know you guys are busy at that time where some of you got to go pick up your kids. I'm almost in that boat as well. So thanks for having me, Erin. I love it. Thank you.
Thanks, Rafa. You guys have a great weekend. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Great weekend, guys. Have a wonderful time. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Bye.